Want to thank Bucked Up LA Bowl, sponsored by Bucked Up, and obviously hosted by Gronk. Thought that was awesome. Fantastic game. We had a blast being here those last 3 days. Really proud of our team. They treated the game as we asked them to, which was a championship game, championship opportunity. And as we're sitting here with 9 wins, really proud of our players. And tonight was a great football game. I thought Demond and X-Ray, who are here, certainly represent our program in an elite way, but also represented our program tonight, competing every play that they were in. It was awesome to see it, and just really proud of our team. Our team had a great week of preparation, and really have had a really good November and December. So proud of those guys, and excited about what the future entails.
Questions, go ahead.
Kenneth Baird, touchdown to tangents. Coach, with the way the offense was going, the way the defense was playing, just for the future of this team, obviously, the portal works both ways. Teams can, come and get your players, but just as far as how they perform tonight, how do you feel like the core of this team will be heading into next season?
I thought if you look at, Raiden Vinesbright had his first touchdown. He's a freshman. Des Roebuck had his 7th touchdown of the season. He's a freshman. Damon played elite. He's a sophomore. We played with the most amount of freshmen probably in all of college football. Plays that were being made by guys were all young players, and players for the most part that all have eligibility left. And our goal obviously is to bring back as many players as we possibly can. I think our guys know that we got a great season coming ahead of us. We got a great team, and they're led by an elite player. And when you have an elite quarterback, you got a great opportunity to win a lot of games.
Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. This question's for Devon. Obviously ending on a high note with this win tonight, but what did you learn the most about yourself under center this season, and how does that help you going into the offseason with the momentum and just getting ready, obviously, because there's really no seasons off. So how do you take this and get ready for next year?
Yeah, for sure. I'll say just growing as a leader throughout the season. I think you can ask all the guys or the coaches. About halfway through the season, I feel like there was a switch flipped in my head to where just trying to turn the team into mine and continue to just use my voice more, and also just being a better leader on the sidelines and finding ways to motivate guys in between drives and continue to just have us continue to play at a high level.
This question's for Devon. First of all, congratulations on the win. Coach called you elite. I called you efficient. You were very efficient tonight. First quarter, you were 4 for 5. Second quarter, you ended up 12 for 17 with three touchdowns at the half. What happened in the second quarter for you? And also, talk about your offensive coordinator and the game that he drew up. It just seemed like in the second quarter, things just started clicking for you.
Yeah, for sure. We knew that what they were going to play on defense, so it was just a matter of execution. And I think that the first quarter we just weren't executing enough, and the second quarter was just a mentality thing, in the huddle, and that's where that leadership comes in. Is just to remind everybody that it's our game, and we got to understand that we just got to execute every play. So I feel like just in order to do that, you just have to continue to just try to lean on each other and not waver.
Lorenzo J. Reyna with Clutch Points. This question's for Damon. I want to go back to the Denzel Boston touchdown. Just when you saw him that open, was that the most open you ever seen Denzel?
No, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
How did it all just unfold? Once you saw no safety help, did you already smell blood in the water?
Yeah. So I had my back turned obviously because I was under center, running a play action, and once I turned around, I just saw there was no safeties, and my guy running free. So I was just trying to make sure I made it as catchable as possible so he can go score.
Question for the defensive MVP. Just what words describes this performance? Because I believe 5 takeaways is the LA Bowl record on this tonight.
It was amazing. Defense dominated. We did our job. It's just amazing to win.
Andy Marshall, Seattle Times. X, considering where you started the season, second team, not getting a ton of snaps, to now defensive MVP, had a great end to the season. Just how does this year kind of played out for you, and what is it like to end it this way?
It was amazing to end it this way, but truly just like coming to work every day. My thought process never changed, so I was just coming to work every day, trying to beat the guy in front of me, but also encourage my teammates and lead them. So yeah.
Coach, you sent us scrambling. We were looking at who was wearing number 10 returning kicks today. Can you give us some insight on that? And just, actually, can you comment on that as well?
Yeah. Well, we talked about who was really going to help us set up a return for Adam and who was going to be an elite blocker back there as the off returner. And, that X-Ray was the guy that we chose for that position, and they kicked it to him. Who would have known that we would have been looking at a guy with an elite return game? So he was already trying to negotiate being the off returner for next season as we were walking across the field. So really proud of the way he handled it. And obviously it's not something he does often, but he had a chance. He had a great interception, carried the ball. He had 2 carries today, which was pretty cool.
I just want to say I proved all my teammates wrong. No, it was amazing. I knew the kicker. I played with him last year at UCF. Before the game, I was like, I'm off return. You better kick it to me this game, bro. I promise you, I'm gonna do something with it. but no, it was an amazing feeling.
X-Ray, you had 5 linebackers that started this year, and I think one of them was left, but every time you added a new one, like Manu became eligible and Zadrius got recovered, it seemed your game just stepped up each time a new guy came. Is the competition going to be unreal for this in the spring with 4 returning starters trying to get 2 jobs?
Yeah, competition is going to be amazing, but we work together as a team. We every day come together as a group and talk about what we need to work on, and it's just amazing teamwork. So, but yeah, this spring is going to be amazing competition. It's going to be great.
Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. This question is for Coach and 2 student athletes. After the Oregon game, how important was it for the team to finish the season on a win, a high note?
Yeah, I mean, we thought for sure the 2 games prior to Oregon, we were playing at a really high level. Oregon game was a 5-point game with 8 minutes left in the game. We thought we had our chances in that game to get the win, and we felt like it was really important for us to come back and bounce back after a tough loss and see how good we can play together. And I thought our guys, offense, defense, special teams, really everybody clicked, and it was a true complementary game. I told the guys in the locker room, rarely do you get 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in the same game. So that was pretty cool to see, and I think that certainly after that game, we all came together, and we wanted to play really well the final game.
This is for Coach. Jed, when coaches are asked about their future, they're put in a very tough position. I understand that, but your name's been in the news again. I know you don't like these questions. I don't necessarily like asking them, but you commented when you came out, you focused very much on the future of this team. Just wondering if fans should read into that at all, if you have anything more to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fully focused on our team. I think our team worked really hard this whole week. We all gave everything we had, and we played at a very high level because of that. And that's all I would say on that.
Kenneth Berry, Touchdown to Tangents. Coach, again, with the 5 interceptions on defense, you obviously have 2 NFL corners in Tacario, Ephesians. But the fact that Brian has 2 picks, the young guys stepped up. What is that testament to, the secondary and you guys kind of arguably saying you could call yourselves, DBU, and mostly how do you hold on to those coaches? Because obviously the carousel's been crazy.
Yeah, the coaching carousel is always crazy. And, I would say this. We make a big point of emphasis in our locker room about the players. And I thought the coolest thing up on stage, they asked Damon what was his favorite part of the game. And he said when Leroy got his second interception and the way the sideline reacted to it. That's how our program's built. It was awesome to see Leroy step up. I think everybody was excited about that. And we're also, we're planning for the future. We got some really good players. Dylan Robinson stepped up. He started Ohio State, Oregon, and a bowl game. Those are 3 pretty good starts for what's going to be a fantastic career he had. Rashawn Clark had an interception today. And I think they're just, all of our DBs are playing at a high level. And we're going to do everything we can. Coach Mays, Coach Richardson, Coach Walters, these are all great football coaches. And we all understand that.
Christian Capel from On Mon Lake. Jed, I know you said the team is not going to reconvene kind of for the next year until January 3rd or 4th, but what does the next week or so look like for you and the coaching staff when you get back to Seattle and conversations about next year and keeping the team together and all those sort of things?
Yeah, we've had a lot of those conversations here on the Bull site. I gave the coaches off the next couple of weeks. I'll go back to Seattle for a few days, and then we'll just figure out exactly what we need to do. We're working very hard at that to make sure that we keep staff together, team together, and we'll meet and Zoom and have a lot of calls regarding trying to get everything ready to go for January 3rd or 4th, whenever we have that first team meeting. But it's going to look like probably a lot of work, fundraising and talking to donors and trying to put our best team together that we possibly can. We understand the landscape that we're in. We understand that it's our responsibility to make sure that our players are compensated, coaches are compensated, and we're gonna work very hard to try to get that done, because the most important thing you can do is have continuity, and not having continuity is not good.
Coach, you were able to get Julian Coleman a touchdown. You were able to get Quentin Moore a touchdown, but Deshaun Lynch had
he almost got himself.
He almost got one himself. You talked about the reaction on the sideline. He said he ran out of gas, but what was the reaction on the sideline when all that was going down?
Is that what the lyncher said? He ran out of gas?
He said he ran out of gas.
I thought, you know what, I should have stopped running the team on Tuesdays after practice. No, I think that it was awesome to see it. What a great play. I mean, he's had a chance. Is that the third one that he could have had? He finally got one, but he had two others that he could have caught. He leads the country as a defensive in the defensive line rooms across the country in pass breakups, pass deflected, which is an amazing stat. And it was so cool to get him, put him in a position to go score. And then I think Jonah got it in on that drive. So we're proud of those guys, and it was fun to see Deshaun do that. Obviously, for his last college game, what a cool thing to have an interception.
Jed, again, you mentioned the future. I know the season just ended, but what do you feel like is a reasonable expectation for this group going into 2026?
I think this group has a lot of promise to win a lot of games, and we've talked about that as a team. We've talked about what it looks like and what it can look like, and the fact that we went at my last spot, we went from 1 win to 5 win to 10 win, and this one went from 6 win to 9 win. So the only way to get better than that is you just got to keep winning 3 or 4 wins every year, and that's the plan. So the plan is to be preparing to play next weekend.
Jed, one of your radio guys reported that Garen Hatchett got another year of eligibility and that Devin Bryant left. Is that true, both of those?
Garen Hatchett did get another year of eligibility, which is great. He's excited to come back. He actually gave me a hug on senior night, and he said, I'm just going to do this twice, but I just want to do it one time now, which was interesting. But I was like, okay, great. But then we got the waiver that he was cleared to go, and so he'll be back, ready to play. And, guys that are, I think Devin's making, some decisions on what he wants to do, and we're going to wish him the absolute best if he's going to go into the portal. That's going to be his decision to make, and we understand our goal is to let guys go play. And I think that he feels like there's a great opportunity for him to do that elsewhere, and we're going to wish him the absolute best.
Last question.
One last question.
Last question.
This is for the students. How special was this team this year? Just going through everything, all wins and losses. What is so special about your teammates this season?
I'd say our bond, the team activities that we do as a group. I'd say that's what really brings us together. Just the things that we do outside of football, like off the field. I'd say that's like the biggest thing that's what brought us together.
Yeah, I would say camaraderie and being able to come together after, losses. We felt like we could have won and competing in those games against, top teams in the country. And, coming back each week with a chip on our shoulder and trying to go out the next week and play as good as we can. And, I feel like it's easy for a team to let one loss affect the next game. And You know, for our team, I feel like we had a great mindset this whole year of just bouncing back from adversity, and that's something that I've learned throughout this year, and I feel like the whole team has.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.